Hello everyone, please join me in congratulating Swiatek on winning the women's singles final at Wimbledon 2025. No one truly saw this coming. When the 2025 Wimbledon Championships began, Swiatek was far from the favourite. Her relationship with the slick, unpredictable grass courts had always been a complicated affair, a puzzle she had yet to solve. Known for her dominance on the slow, high-bouncing clay of Roland Garros, the lawns of SW19 presented a different beast entirely. She started her campaign not under the grand spotlight of centre court, but quietly on the periphery of Court 2 as the number 8 seed. The early whispers were not of a future champion, but of a top player simply hoping to navigate the treacherous early rounds and find her footing on a surface that had historically neutralized her greatest weapons. It was a journey that began under the radar, shrouded in uncertainty. This quiet start, however, belied the fierce determination brewing within the Polish star. In her initial matches, the struggle was palpable. She was making uncharacteristic errors, her timing just a fraction off, the low bounce of the ball rushing her into shots. Commentators and experts alike noted the tentative nature of her play, a stark contrast to the commanding presence she usually exudes. It felt as though she was fighting not just her opponent, but the very ground beneath her feet. Each point won was a battle, each service game a testament to her resilience rather than her customary authority. The path forward looked arduous, paved with potential pitfalls that had tripped up many a great player before her. Yet, what makes a champion is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to overcome it. Swiatek was not merely playing matches. She was learning, adapting, and evolving with every swing of her racket. She began to adjust her court positioning, taking the ball earlier and flattening out her formidable ground strokes to counter the grass's skidding pace. It was a subtle but crucial transformation, a live recalibration happening before the world's eyes. Former champion Marion Bartoli observed this shift, noting that Swiatek was slowly but surely building a quiet momentum, constructing a formidable campaign away from the glare of intense expectation. This period of quiet toil laid the foundation for the astonishing performance that was to follow. This victory, when it finally arrived in such spectacular fashion, was therefore not just a win, but a statement. It was a testament to her incredible work ethic and her champion's mentality. To conquer a surface that had for so long been her Achilles' heel is a feat of immense significance. It showcased a new dimension to her game, proving she is not just a clay court specialist, but a true all-surface threat. The journey from a tentative outsider on Court 2 to the undisputed Queen of Centre Court was complete, and it made the triumph all the sweeter, rewriting the narrative of her career in the most historic and inspiring way imaginable. Every champion's journey has a turning point, a single moment of adversity that forges their resolve and propels them towards greatness. For Swiatek at Wimbledon 2025, that moment was undoubtedly her grueling, hard-fought battle against the tenacious American Danielle Collins. This was more than just a tennis match, it was a crucible. Collins pushed Swiatek to the very brink, her powerful flat-hitting perfectly suited to the grass and exposing every lingering doubt in the Pole's game. For long stretches of the contest, Swiatek looked vulnerable, her newfound rhythm disrupted by the sheer force coming from the other side of the net. She was forced to dig deeper than ever before in the tournament. It was in the heat of this battle that Swiatek discovered the next level of her grass court game. As tennis legend Tracy Austin later noted, something profound shifted mid-match. The unforced errors that had plagued her early rounds began to disappear, replaced by a newfound control and conviction. She stopped trying to force the issue with raw power and instead embraced a more tactical approach. She absorbed Collins's pace, redirecting it with precision and using her incredible athleticism to defend and counter-attack. It was a masterclass in problem-solving under immense pressure, proving she possessed not just the physical tools, but the sharp tennis mind required to conquer this surface. Emerging victorious from the Collins match was the catalyst for an extraordinary transformation. The confidence she gained from surviving that test was visibly evident in her subsequent matches. The tentativeness was gone, replaced by an aura of invincibility. She strode onto the court for the quarterfinals and semifinals not as a player hoping to win, but as one who knew she could. Her movement became more fluid, her serves more potent, and her ground strokes found their devastating mark time and time again. She was no longer just adapting to the grass, she was commanding it, making it her own stage. John McEnroe, a man who knows a thing or two about grass court tennis, remarked that by the second week, everyone was in a state of shock at just how good Swiatek had become. The player who had struggled early on was now a distant memory. In her place stood a ruthless, composed and utterly dominant force who seemed to have unlocked all the secrets of the All England Club's hallowed turf. The crucible of the Collins match had not broken her. It had forged her into the champion she was about to become, setting the stage for a historic final performance that would leave the tennis world in awe. The final against Amanda Anisimova was not just a victory, it was a coronation. From the very first point, Swiatek delivered an absolute masterclass, a breathtaking display of flawless tennis that left her opponent and the packed centre court crowd stunned. The scoreline, a rare and brutal 6-love, told the story of complete and utter domination. There was no sign of nerves, no hint of the pressure that comes with a Wimbledon final. Instead, Swiatek played with a serene and devastating focus, each shot hit with purpose and precision. Pat Cash rightly called it a masterclass, as she dismantled her opponent with a clinical efficiency that was both beautiful and terrifying to behold. For Amanda Anisimova, it was a heart-wrenching end to a brilliant tournament. She had fought her way to the final with courage and flair, but on this day she ran into an unstoppable force. As John McEnroe observed, Anisimova seemed to absolutely freeze, caught in the headlights of Swiatek's relentless assault. In her emotional runner-up speech, she gracefully congratulated IGA, calling her an inspiration, and apologized to the supportive crowd for having run out of gas. Her raw and honest words resonated with everyone, a poignant reminder of the brutal nature of elite sport. Her journey to the final was a fantastic effort in itself, a story of incredible resilience and talent. Anisimova's speech was a moment of pure grace and vulnerability. With tears in her eyes, she extended a special, heartfelt thank you to her family, particularly her mother, who had defied superstition to fly in that very morning for the final. Calling her mother the most selfless person she knows and her own personal inspiration, she brought a deeply human touch to the grand occasion. She even managed a small joke, assuring her mum that breaking the superstition was not the reason for the loss. It was a beautiful tribute that earned her a warm and sustained ovation from the crowd, who had, as she put it, carried her through the fortnight. The trophy presentation, conducted by the Princess of Wales, was the culmination of this historic day. As Swiatek lifted the Venus rosewater dish, the reality of her achievement began to sink in. She described the feeling as surreal, admitting that winning Wimbledon was something she hadn't even allowed herself to dream about because it always felt too far away. Her speech was filled with gratitude, thanking her team and particularly her new coach for believing in her more than she believed in herself. With a characteristic touch of humor, she also thanked the crowd, joking that she would always remember the distracting sound of champagne corks popping between serves, a perfect ending to a perfect performance. This was not just another Grand Slam title for Swiatek. It was a victory that carved her name deep into the annals of tennis history. The statistics alone are staggering and speak to the sheer scale of her dominance. The final win marked her 100th career Grand Slam match victory, a milestone she reached in just 120 matches. This incredible pace makes her the fastest player to reach a century of major wins since the legendary Serena Williams in 2004. Furthermore, she conceded a mere 35 games across the entire 7 matches of the tournament, the fewest by any women's singles champion at Wimbledon since Martina Navratilova's dominant run in 1990. These numbers elevate her triumph from impressive to truly historic. Beyond the statistics, the win holds profound personal significance. It shatters the lingering perception of Swiatek as a clay court specialist and announces her arrival as a complete, all-surface champion. To conquer the unique challenge of grass, a surface that had previously been her weakness, demonstrates a remarkable capacity for growth, adaptation, and an unshakable will to win. Marion Bartoli described the victory as life-changing, and it is hard to disagree. It unlocks a new level of self-belief and expands the horizons of what she can achieve in the sport. She is now the first Polish player, male or female, to win a singles title at Wimbledon, cementing her status as a national hero and sporting icon. For tennis fans around the world, Swiatek's victory is a source of immense inspiration. It is a powerful story of perseverance, intelligence, and the rewards of relentless hard work. It serves as a reminder that champions are not born complete. They are forged in the fires of their own doubts and challenges. Her journey from a tentative number 8 seed on an outside court to the confident, commanding champion on centre court is a narrative that will be told for years to come. It proves that with the right mindset and a willingness to learn, any perceived weakness can be transformed into a formidable strength, a lesson that resonates far beyond the tram lines of a tennis court. As the echoes of the crowd's cheers faded from the centre court balcony, where she proudly held the Venus rosewater dish aloft, a new era felt firmly underway. Iga Swiatek's masterclass on grass was more than just a win. It was a definitive statement. It has reshaped the landscape of women's tennis, establishing her as the undisputed player to beat on any surface. Her journey at Wimbledon 2025 was a compelling drama of struggle, evolution, and ultimate triumph, a story that has not only enriched her own legacy, but has also added a brilliant and unforgettable chapter to the rich history of the sport we all love. Commiserations to Amanda Anisimova, and we wish her the best of luck in the future. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates like this, and also please smash the like button and share this video to help the channel grow. Thank you.